y'all, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I am Sammie. Welcome. In this video, we're going to be doing a clean girl makeup look. If you are a girl like me with a whole bunch of hyperpigmentation, a whole bunch of scars, texture, whatever. So if you are like me, this makeup look is for you because I have a whole bunch of hyperpigmentation. I have texture, I have a whole bunch of discoloration. You will see in the next clip, but for me personally, I really like the clean girl makeup because it's just kind of like very simple, but then it's just like it emphasizes your natural features. So I really like that portion of the clean girl makeup trend, but I don't have the best skin, so here is my version of the clean girl makeup look, and we're using all e.l.f. products for the base. And so yeah, not only is it clean girl makeup look for girls with texture, hyperpigmentation, scars, all of that, this look is also very affordable. So I will link everything down below for all the products that I've used. I used everything e.l.f. on my face. So not only is this look affordable, but it's fast, easy, and it's for the girls with hyperpigmentation, a lot of texture. When I tell you I have a whole bunch of scars, you will see in the next clip. But anyways, let's get into the video to achieve this clean girl makeup look. Let's go. I am glad that you are back. Welcome. Today we're gonna do my version of the clean girl makeup. Everybody's clean girl makeup version is completely different, but today we are doing the clean girl version that I do. Today we're going to be utilizing a whole bunch of e.l.f. products because I use e.l.f. products on the daily. So we're going to start with color correcting, of course, because we got all of this going on. So I'm going to show you guys how I use the e.l.f. color corrector in the peach color. This is what that looks like, and I use the peach one for my dark spots, and I just go in like so. I have like a whole bunch of scars. I'm currently working on my skincare. Okay, if you've been here, you know. It just means you're gonna have a better review for someone that has a whole bunch of discoloration, scars, texture. You're just gonna get the real review here. I've already went ahead and did my brows. For my brows, I don't use an e.l.f. product. Honestly, a lot of times people don't know how to use the e.l.f. color corrector or the e.l.f. Camo Concealers. And let me share a tip with you guys. You have to let it sit. You put it on, let it set for a second. Let it set before you blend it out. And plus, it also helps if you blend it out with a brush. So I use a brush like so, and then I just dab it in like this. It doesn't like take the product away. It just kind of sits there. See? You kind of see it already. Sometimes I let it sit for a while to let it dry down a little bit. Sometimes I don't let it sit as long. Just kind of depends on the day, but typically I let it set for about a minute or so. 30 seconds to a minute. We're gonna do a whole full face of clean girl makeup, my version of clean girl makeup for someone that has a whole bunch of hyperpigmentation, a whole bunch of scars, acne. Because I've seen videos where people have done the clean girl makeup and their skin is flawless. Come on now. No hate, but dang, like, how's that gonna help me? That's not gonna help me. So here we are. Here we are. We're here with a whole bunch of scars, a whole bunch of hyperpigmentation, and this is how I get the clean girl look. And a lot of times people think clean girl makeup is just no foundation. But for my case, we need a lot of concealer, maybe a little bit of foundation. It all depends on the day, depends on how my skin is, whatever the case may be. But like I said, today we're using all e.l.f. products. I wanted to share with you guys how to achieve the clean girl makeup without having to spend a whole bunch of money, because I've seen a whole bunch of videos where people have the most expensive products. But like I've said before, in this economy, girlfriend, well, for me, I need all the help that I could possibly get. So if I could get good, affordable makeup, I'm all for it. So if you need a little bit more, just go in and add in a little bit more. May look a little funny, but you know, part of the process. Trust the process here. If you've seen doing a full face of e.l.f. products, then you should know. Trust the process, okay guys? It looks crazy, it looks a little funny. And I noticed I look a little bit tired because I am getting over a cold, so I'm gonna go in a little bit here on my under eyes. So if I sound a little stuffy, please excuse me because I am getting over a cold. So if I do the under eyes with the color corrector, I don't really let it set too long because it does dry pretty quickly. So I go right in there. So normally I go in with just the peach color corrector because it helps a lot with my hyperpigmentation and all of that. So I have both the peach and the orange color corrector by e.l.f. I mostly use this one because a lot of times I don't need that super full coverage, but let me do one with the orange. Normally the orange is for darker spots, so I'm gonna do that here, a little bit here, maybe a little here, and a little here, and just kind of go in and blend it out. Okay, now that I have a full corrected face, I guess. Let's see. Let me make sure I got everything. If I have any excess, I go over my little mustache here. Since we're doing a full face of clean girl makeup, we're gonna go in with a foundation. So there is that. I'm gonna go in with the e.l.f. Halo Glow Liquid Filter. That's what that looks like here. And I got the shade 3.5. Yes, I got the shade 3.5 in medium, and I kind of just use a little bit. A little bit goes a long way. A little here. Gonna go with a little beauty blender here. My beauty blender is a little dirty, please excuse that. And blend it all out. This is gonna give you a nice sheen, clean look. And then I go over with a brush to just blend the rest in. Sometimes I feel like the beauty blender doesn't really get in there. There's that. And as you can tell, I'm a little bit glowy and you can see some of my scars peeking through. So what I do, one moment, let me just go ahead and blend all of this out. I go in with a Hydrating Camo Concealer in the satin finish in medium sand. If you've been here, you know this is my favorite. I use this every single time I do my makeup. And with this, you go in where you want to have extra coverage. So go in with a brush and just dab it in there. So the clean girl makeup version for me is just making sure that your skin looks nice and flawless and smooth and everything is like concealed pretty much. So that is what we're doing here. I have a lot of like scars on this side of my face, so I always try to like make sure it covered most of it. As you can tell, everything is blending so nicely. That's one thing I really like about the Hydrating Camo Concealer is because it gives it so much coverage, but then it's not drying. Really love that. Make sure everything is nice and blended. Bring that down here. And this brush, I love it. It's a buffer brush. I got it from Ulta. If I have any fine lines or like harsh edges, it just buffs it out. So I really like this brush. And then we're gonna go ahead and do my eyes since that's the only part that I haven't done. We're looking like a whole globe here. Looking like a disco ball. Gonna go in with that same concealer. We're gonna wipe off the excess here. So a little down here, and then a little up here, down here, and then up here. And then I like to go in with one of these. I know it's a little dirty. Everything is dirty. Please excuse it. Okay, I gotta clean my brushes and everything. And just dab. So any excess go over the top. You don't want to go too heavy on the eyes because if you go too heavy on the eyes, there will be a lot of creasing. This one's already trying to crease on me. But under the eyes, I don't try to wait too long because it does dry a little fast. So try to go in there and get it blended out as fast as I can. If it takes you a while to blend, do one eye at a time. Highly recommend to do one eye at a time. So everything is just like a blank canvas right now. And everything is looking really good. We're looking really good so far. Make sure it's nice and blended. Sometimes like it looks a little funny around my eyes, so I go in with a brush, blend everything out. Have you ever seen like sometimes it clumps around the nose or the mouth or the eyes? just go in and blend it out. Next step is my favorite part, just adding the color and texture back to your face. So I'm gonna go in with the Halo Glow Beauty Wand Contour by e.l.f. and this is the shade Medium. I really like this because it gives a nice warmth and color without it being too muddy. But the only thing about this, it does dry a little fast, so work in one section at a time. So I'm gonna start with my forehead and then I blend it out with a brush. See, it's already like drying, so work fast. You can see it's giving me back my color, some depth, some shadow here without it being too muddy or too overpowering. If you need a little bit more, add a little bit more. I could see I add a little bit here and here. But honestly, since I've been doing my makeup like this, makeup has been so fast, so easy, because it's all about just blending everything and layering things onto here. I'm gonna do one side at a time because I'm slow. Blend, blend, blend. You could already see the difference here. Without and with, you could already see some sort of shadowing dimension back to the face without it looking muddy. And if you need to add more. Just start off little by little to the next side. And I blend it into my hairline. That way it looks a little bit more natural that way. So I'm slowly getting that color, that texture back. And then I do a little bit here and then blend it out here. There we go. There's that. And then if you really want to make it a little bit more extra, you could always contour your nose, but if I have any excess, I just go like this. And sometimes it does a little something, sometimes it doesn't. But a lot of times when I do this look, ready to go, I gotta go, I don't have time to sit here and contour my nose. But if I have extra time, I would actually go in with the e.l.f. Putty bronzer. If I have extra time, I'll go in with this and actually carve out my nose and contour my nose. But since we're keeping it very simple, we're keeping it very clean girl, we're just gonna use whatever is left on the brush, and it gives it a little bit of color. All right, on to the next. We're gonna do some blush here. Blush and highlights. I'm gonna go in with the e.l.f. Halo Glow Beauty Wand in Rose You Slay. A lot of these products I've already featured in another video. If you want a little bit more first impressions, more details, whatever, I will link it up here so you guys can check that out as well. But yeah, it's a little messy, not gonna lie. I put it right here, here. You just want to add just enough to where it gets a little bit of color. You see? Just a little bit of color. This is my version of clean girl makeup. When some people think of clean girl makeup, they think of like no foundation, they think of very minimal, but that only works if you have good skin. But for people that want to achieve the clean girl makeup, this is for you, because I love the clean girl makeup. It just looks nice and clean and very simple, and just, you know, you look awake, you look alive. I want to add a little bit of highlighter. So I have the Halo Glow highlighter in Rose Quartz. This is what that looks like. They all look very similar, but I'm gonna go in with one here and one here. And if you think this is too glowy for you, I have a trick for you at the end. But as of right now, we're only focusing on adding wet cream products, because if you go in and use powder, it will just mess everything up. So powder at the end after setting spray. Okay, hear me out. And whatever's excess, I do it on my nose. See a little bit of color. But for the eyes, mascara. Straight mascara. Keeping it simple, very clean. We're just using mascara. But my favorite mascara is not e.l.f. I'm sorry. We're gonna go ahead and do the eyes. We're gonna go ahead and curl the eyelashes and put on mascara. But until then, while I do my mascara and everything, I like to use the e.l.f. lip stain. Before I go in and do my mascara and my eyes, while I do that, I let my lip stain set. So I go in with the e.l.f. lip stain in Spicy Sienna. So I go in just to give some color. So that way I don't look completely washed out. It gives a little bit of color back into my skin. Let me add a little bit more. A lot of times people leave this on and then put whatever else on top of it. I personally like the look with it wiped off with a little bit of lip liner and a little bit of lip gloss. So while I do my eyes, I'm gonna let this set. Like I said, my favorite mascara is not the e.l.f. mascara, sorry. But everything else on my face, everything that's on my base is all e.l.f. The powder is gonna be e.l.f. as well. So a lot of the looks that I've seen is very light on the eyes. So I've seen just maybe a little bit of mascara and that's about it. So that's what we're doing here. Honestly, I wear this look when I'm going out on the weekends. I feel like now that I'm older, I like the lighter makeup looks. Not gonna lie, I do love glam and everything. Love it, it's gorgeous, but I don't know. My life is busy and I don't have enough time to sit there and do a full face of glam. Maybe if I go out and have dinner, maybe on special occasions, but that's about it. I've noticed there's a little bit of creasing on my eyelids from the concealer. So what I do is I go in with a Q-tip, wipe off the part where it's settled in my creases, because honestly, I don't really notice the difference if I blend it out or not. So it's just best for me to just clean it up. Same thing at the bottom. If I see any that has settled, go in like that. Now that I've done my eyes, we're gonna go ahead and wipe off the lip stain, and it just makes it look. I personally really like the look of just this. I literally just go in with this. I actually really like this. It's very hydrating and it's so cute, and it gives it a nice little sheen to it. Nice little gloss. I just wish it was bigger because the applicator is so tiny. And then there you go, there you have it. So now that I've applied everything, I gotta set everything. So actually, I didn't add any mascara at the bottom of my eyelashes. Let me add a little mascara, just a little. Right, we're gonna go ahead and set everything. I go in with a setting spray first. Still no powder just yet. No powder just yet. We're gonna go in with a spray. It's not an e.l.f. It's Urban Decay All Nighter. We're gonna spray, let it set, and then put on powder. Let it set. I don't know if you guys can tell, but I'm a little bit extra glowy. For me personally, I don't like the super glowiness right here. So what I do is I go in with a setting powder, Halo Glow Setting Powder by e.l.f. It's a glow powder, but it helps soften the glow a little bit. That's what that looks like. And I go in with the e.l.f. little powder puff thingy here. As you guys can tell, I've already used it so many times, but pretty much is I grab a little bit here, grab a little bit, buff it out on the top here, and I do it for each side, but I don't go directly under my eye. I just a little bit right here, just enough right here. You see the difference here? I'm still glowy, but it's still set. I don't know if you guys could tell, with and without. You could already see the difference. I'm still glowy, not too matte, but it just kind of softens it a little bit. We're gonna do the same on the other side. I really do like the powder. It's not chunky and it's not patchy. It's not super dry. Just a little bit under the eye. And I don't like to bake. And if you feel like your chin or your forehead's too glowy, you could do the same thing. But I notice if I do that, it kind of emphasizes my texture, I guess you could say. So I don't really like that. But yeah, this is my version of the clean girl makeup. When I think of clean girl makeup, I just think of clean, simple, full coverage, not too much coverage. You can still see that it's skin and a little bit of makeup on top of it, but not to where it's like caked on there. So this is my version, mostly focusing on my natural features or my normal features, I guess you could say. Alright guys, so that concludes my clean girl makeup look for people that have hyperpigmentation and people that have a whole bunch of texture like I do. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and hit the thumbs up button. If you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe for future videos like these. And let me know what your thoughts are. Have you tried it? Have you not tried it? Are you thinking about trying it? Let me know down below and let's start this conversation. Alright, bye guys. See you in my next video.